7:19 on the clock right now, and it's time now for our 3 cents on our featured topic of the day, mental health, especially when it comes to our children.
Yeah, this morning a new survey sounding the alarm about worrying among kids. The survey found that 86% of kids do report having worries.
So Bradley Blackburn has more on how the pandemic may have fueled anxiety for young people and what parents can do about it.
Like many kids across the country, 12-year-old Maeve Bradley had to stay home during the pandemic. But when she returned to the classroom, she says her mind filled with worries.
Because we were doing a lot of stuff on computer, and now it's back with different kind of tests and stuff.
Let's go, Maeve.
For a while, Maeve took a break from team sports. But through it all, her mom, Maura, was ready to listen.
I just wanted to make sure she knew she could come and talk, and no matter what, we would be there for her.
A survey from Nemours Kids Health finds more than 1 in 3 kids aged 9 to 13 worry at least once a week, most often about school or friendships. But more than half don't think adults understand their concerns.
More important than the content of the worry is the frequency and the magnitude of the worry.
Nemours CEO Dr. Lawrence Moss says for some kids, worries can lead to depression and mental health problems that extend into adulthood.
Of serious mental illness in the adult population, 75% started before age 14. So if we don't jump on top of this problem, we're literally at risk of losing a whole generation of Americans.
Dr. Moss says parents should be proactive by simply asking kids what's on their mind.
Can you talk to us? Yeah.
For the Bradley family, that starts early, even for 7-year-old Quinn. Maeve is now better and back to playing sports.
Maeve, why did you want to talk about this?
I know that some kids are really struggling, and I just want to know that there's people who are going through the same thing.
Kids who need adults to take their worries to heart. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
You feel for a lot of these young people going through it. According to the survey, 75% of younger children said they turned to their parents first for information or advice. Then that number dropped to about 50% as kids got older. It looked like the parents were not the people they would turn to.
Well, and we were talking during that story about how parents are a huge part of it in kind of guiding how kids should feel about going to school and feeling comfortable. I mean, it makes sense that on the heels of 3 years of, not being with their, classmates and teachers, that can be a confusing time, right?
You're kind of get into these lonely, darker places, and your mind can almost create extra worries that may not need to exist. I will say a lot of times, once I start worrying or if I'm getting nervous or anything's kind of rising, it's okay, wait, what is this? Why is this happening?
Exactly.
In a yoga class, I learned to literally picture the worry, walk away.
See?
Take the stairs and exit your body.
A very meditative approach kind of thing, and that's what I was saying. I was mentioning how when I went on runs, one of the coaches that I would listen to would say it's just nervousness is just misguided excitement. So it's kind of the same idea of acknowledging it and then finding a way to move it in a different direction. But for kids, it's they're learning these techniques in the same time. We're adults and we have trouble doing it.
For sure. And at least we can help them learn that too and try to have these conversations. I mean, thankfully, yoga and meditation are a little more common for kids now too.
Which is great.
That has helped me personally a lot. Just writing, letting out those stresses and just releasing it.
It's very nice. It helps for us, and I think it's especially important for kids to be able to discuss their feelings and note them too. So, yeah.